Mic, check, 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 check. What it do? What it do? What it do? What it do, everybody? All right, how's everybody doing? This is the new game plus showcase. Oh, okay, hold on. I guess they about to do a countdown or something, but yeah, it's a brand new showcase by developers for developers, or I don't know what the saying was. It was something like that. But a lot of games that we've already seen are supposed to be here. Actually, let me turn on the desktop audio so that we can hear what the hell they saying right now. But yeah, new showcase. The games that they already talked about being here look pretty good, but they did say they're gonna have plenty of new announcements as well. I see there's a lot of Grounded 2 hype in the chat. I just want to know when the 1.0 is happening, but I don't think that's gonna be here. But yeah, I'm excited for more games always. I don't know if anybody else is showing up because I know it was kind of last minute and everybody was mostly busy. So we're gonna see if anybody else pulls up. If not, y'all got me, and that's all you need, really. Honestly, who else y'all need but me? Oh yeah, I'm excited to see Atomic Heart 2. I can't wait for that one. Sending out some SOSs. Hold on.
Assassin's Creed Odyssey is a fantastic fantasy RPG.
Old school RuneScape is the greatest game of all time.
Lies of P is a better video game than Bloodborne.
The RPG category is so broad to the point that it's meaningless.
Mouse and keyboard is easier to be good at than controller.
The Horizon franchise is very mid.
A battle
That's
royale would
not
not
a
have saved
hot take.
Halo Infinite.
A battle royale would have saved Halo Infinite.
Multiplayer
not a
games are
hot
held to lower standards because everything you do with your friends is fun by default.
If most of our favorite
also
games
true.
launched today, people would call them bad.
Hideo Kojima writes dialogue like an alien trying to convince everyone else he's a person, and it's bad.
Early
also
access
true.
is good for video games.
Arkham Origins has the best written story in the Arkham series.
Nintendo is held to different standards than other companies.
Marathon is a more fun game than Arc Raiders. PC or console?
PC.
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 Console.
PlayStation or Xbox?
PlayStation.
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 Your mom.
Mouse and keyboard or controller?
Mouse and keyboard.
Mouse and keyboard.
Depends for what.
Controller.
Single player or multiplayer?
Single player.
Multiplayer.
Single player.
Single player.
Competitive or casual?
Competitive.
Casual.
Casual.
Next.
Call of Duty or Battlefield?
Battlefield.
You bastard. Battlefield.
Call of Duty.
Ugh.
Counter-Strike or Valorant?
Valorant.
Counter-Strike.
Counter-Strike.
Apex or Fortnite?
Apex.
Fortnite.
I can't gritty with Master Chief and Apex, so we'll go Fortnite.
Whatever.
Overwatch or Marvel Rivals?
Marvel Rivals.
You say neither or neither? I'm from Iowa.
Either.
Neither?
No, you could say if you pronounce it either way. He said
Neither.
Marvel Rivals.
Ooh. That's a good one. Mmm. Like, release Overwatch?
Arc Raiders or Escape from Tarkov?
Arc Raiders.
Arc Raiders.
Arc Raiders.
Escape from Dukov.
Grand Theft Auto or Red Dead Redemption?
Red Dead Redemption.
Red Dead Redemption.
Red Dead Redemption, Arthur.
Mmm. Red Dead.
Elden Ring or Sekiro?
Elden Ring.
Elden Ring.
I haven't played Sekiro, but I'm gonna go Elden Ring.
Both.
Dark Souls or Bloodborne?
Bloodborne.
Guys, what should I answer? Dark Souls.
Dark Souls. No, I'm sorry, Bloodborne. Change my mind.
Would you choose which children you love more? Oh.
Arcade shooters or tactical shooters?
Tactical shooters.
Tactical shooters.
Arcade shooters.
What?
Battle Royale or Team Deathmatch?
Battle Royale.
Battle Royale.
Battle Royale.
Baldur's Gate 3 or Expedition 33?
Baldur's Gate 3.
BG3.
Expedition 33.
Baldur's Gate 3.
Witcher 3 or Cyberpunk?
The Witcher 3.
The Witcher.
The greatest game of all time, The Witcher 3.
Yes. Both. Witcher.
Skyrim or Fallout?
Fallout.
Oh my.
But Skyrim
Fallout.
is one
Fallout.
game and Fallout is a series.
Ooh.
Which Fallout versus
Morrowind. And Fallout New Vegas.
Mass Effect or Dragon Age?
Mass Effect.
Dragon Age.
Mass Effect.
Mass Effect.
Outworld or Pokemon?
Pal World.
Pow World.
I don't want to get a cease and desist, so I'll say Pokemon.
Power World. Depends. Vaporeon? No, don't put that. Don't put that.
Super Mario or Sonic?
Super Mario.
Super Mario Bros.
Super Mario.
Sonic.
Destiny
Get
or
her the
Warframe?
fuck out of here.
Warframe.
Destiny 2.
Warframe.
Diablo or Path of Exile?
Path of Exile.
Diablo.
No, you can't do that to me. What the hell? Oh, man. Diablo is my childhood. Path of Exile is a lot better now. Ah.
Breath of the Wild or Ocarina of Time?
Breath of the Wild.
Ooh. I have a long story about Ocarina of Time. Pass.
Ocarina of Time.
Roguelikes or Metroidvanias?
Roguelikes.
Roguelites.
Metroidvanias.
I love both. Roguelike? Metroidvanias? Castlevania.
Achievement hunting or multiple playthroughs?
Multiple playthroughs.
Multiple playthroughs?
Achievement hunting.
People who only play games for achievements are so low on my totem pole. What was this? Sorry.
Achievement
There,
hunting
see?
or multiple playthroughs?
We getting some real answers here.
Multiple playthroughs.
All right, you're good.
Sorry.
Assassin's Creed Odyssey is a fantastic fantasy RPG.
Old school RuneScape is the greatest game of all time.
Lies of P is a better video game than Bloodborne.
The RPG category is so broad to the point that it's meaningless.
Mouse and keyboard is easier to be good at than controller.
The Horizon franchise is very mid.
A battle royale would not have saved Halo Infinite.
A battle royale would have saved Halo Infinite.
Multiplayer
A battle
games are
royale would've
held
saved
to
Halo
lower
Infinite.
standards because everything you do with your friends is fun by default.
If most of our favorite games launched today, people would call them bad.
Hideo Kojima writes dialogue like an alien trying to convince everyone else he's a person, and it's bad.
Early access is good for video games.
Arkham Origins has the best written story in the Arkham series.
Nintendo is held to different standards than other companies.
Marathon is a more fun game than Arc Raiders. PC or console?
PC.
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 Console.
PlayStation or Xbox?
PlayStation.
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 Your mom.
Mouse and keyboard or controller?
Mouse and keyboard.
Mouse and keyboard.
Depends for what.
Controller.
Single player or multiplayer?
Single player.
Multiplayer.
Single player.
Single player.
Competitive or casual?
Competitive.
Casual.
Casual.
Next.
Call of Duty or Battlefield?
Battlefield.
You bastard. Battlefield.
Call of Duty.
Ugh.
Counter-Strike or Valorant?
Valorant.
Counter-Strike.
Counter-Strike.
Apex or Fortnite?
Apex.
Fortnite.
I can't gritty with Master Chief and Apex, so we'll go Fortnite.
Whatever.
Overwatch or Marvel Rivals?
Marvel Rivals.
Did you say neither or neither? I'm from Iowa.
Either.
Neither?
No, you could say, you pronounce it either way. He said
Neither.
Marvel Rivals.
Ooh. That's a good one. Mmm. Like, release Overwatch?
Arc Raiders or Escape from Tarkov?
Arc Raiders.
Arc Raiders.
Arc Raiders.
Escape from Dukov.
Grand Theft Auto or Red Dead Redemption?
Red Dead Redemption.
Red Dead Redemption.
Red Dead Redemption, Arthur.
Mmm. Red Dead.
Elden Ring or Sekiro?
Elden Ring.
Elden Ring.
I haven't played Sekiro, but I'm gonna go Elden Ring.
Both.
Dark Souls or Bloodborne?
Bloodborne.
Guys, what should I answer? Dark Souls.
Dark Souls. No, I'm sorry, Bloodborne. Change my mind.
Would you choose which children you love more? Oh.
Arcade shooters or tactical shooters?
Tactical shooters.
Tactical shooters.
Arcade shooters.
What?
Battle Royale or Team Deathmatch?
Battle Royale.
Battle Royale.
Battle Royale.
Baldur's Gate 3 or Expedition 33?
Baldur's Gate 3.
BG3.
Expedition 33.
Baldur's Gate 3.
Witcher 3 or Cyberpunk?
The Witcher 3.
The Witcher.
The greatest game of all time, The Witcher 3.
Yes. Both. Witcher.
Skyrim or Fallout?
Fallout.
Oh my. Fallout.
Fallout.
Ooh. Morrowind. And Fallout New Vegas.
Mass Effect or Dragon Age?
Mass Effect.
Dragon Age.
Mass Effect.
Mass Effect.
Power World or Pokemon?
Pal World.
How World?
I don't want to get a cease and desist, so I'll say Pokemon.
Power World. The Feds. Vaporeon? No, don't put that. Don't put that.
Super Mario or Sonic?
Super Mario.
Super Mario Bros.
Super Mario.
Sonic.
Destiny or Warframe?
Warframe.
Destiny 2.
Warframe.
Diablo or Path of Exile?
Path of Exile.
Diablo.
No, you can do that to me. What the hell? Oh, man. Diablo is my childhood. Path of Exile is a lot better now. Ah.
Breath of the Wild or Ocarina of Time?
Breath of the Wild.
Ooh. I have a long story about Ocarina of Time. Pass.
Ocarina of Time.
Roguelikes or Metroidvanias?
Roguelikes.
Roguelites.
Metroidvanias.
I love both. Roguelike? Metroidvanias? Castlevania.
Achievement hunting or multiple playthroughs?
Multiple playthroughs.
Multiple playthroughs?
Achievement hunting.
People who only play games for achievements are so low on my totem pole. What was this? Sorry.
Achievement hunting or multiple playthroughs?
Multiple playthroughs.
All right, you're good.
All right, we should be starting up soon now. Let me full screen this beach. What the fuck? I'm seeing a lot of the indies that I would see on Twitter getting a spotlight here.
Welcome to the New Game Plus Game Showcase, a new initiative built by creators who love games for what they are and not just the games that pay to have them promoted. First up, I'm Hunter. I'm normally behind the camera across gaming and esports events, and I work on social accounts for a ton of different games. My favorite games of all time would probably be RuneScape, Dark Souls 3, Leaf Green, Black Ops 2, and Star Wars Battlefront 2. Then we have Jake Lucky, kind of the point where gaming, esports, and streamers collide. If you look at him for too long, you'll start to wonder why his neck is so long, and if you look at his Twitter for too long, you'll wonder how much Nadeshot paid him to tweet clips of him every single day. His favorite games of all time are RuneScape, Age of Empires 2, Halo Infinite, Jumpstart Adventures with Bodley, and CSGO. Next up, Luality. A streamer with a hatred of spoons and a love for dragon sex, Lua probably has more personality than the rest of us in her pinky. Her favorite games include Baldur's Gate 3, Cyberpunk 2077, XCOM 2, Witcher 3, and Mass Effect. Then, Luke Stevens, the mind of a critic with the heart of a fan. Luke breaks down games to their DNA and really looks at everything a game has to offer. Where our brains might be smooth, his is nice and wrinkled. His favorite games of all time are Elden Ring, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, Last of Us, Witcher 3, and Batman Arkham City. The fifth and final in-person member this year is I Am Rob. Rob came from the hell of making Call of Duty videos to the other hell of platinuming games. His favorite games of all time are Witcher 3, Halo 3, Batman Arkham City, X-Men Legends, and Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. Not to be confused with Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 or Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 Remastered. Then our final member is Blue Thunder, the man who is always spotlighting the next hidden gem before anyone else sees it coming. He just had a beautiful second child that luckily takes after his wife, so he's not here in person but was a major part of the showcase. His favorite games of all time are Resident Evil 2, Silent Hill 2, Elden Ring, The Last of Us, and Metal Gear Solid 2.
Together, we're pressing into how we think game showcases should feel: conversational, authentic, and transparent.
We are here to celebrate what actually excites us. Incredible worlds, creative devs, and stories behind those games that we love so much.
There's no paid placements, no marketing scripts, just pure passion and excitement for what's coming up in gaming.
You can expect a wide range of content, including new trailers, fresh gameplay, developer interviews, behind-the-scenes content, and even some updates to your favorite games.
So sit back, grab your drink of choice, and let's dive into some of the games that we think are worth your attention. This is the New Game Plus Game Showcase.
Yeah, also, who picked the name?
Sound good.
New Game.
It's a work in progress.
Wait, what's the name again?
New Game Plus shows the showcase.
New plus the game plus the showcase.
Have we trademarked that yet? Because I don't.
Oh, God.
Well, we have cups.
We
That's
already
most of
got
it.
the cups.
Sick name.
The cups are done,
We
dude.
might have to cut our losses.
There's no changing it up.
Cheers.
Perfect.
I don't know.
It's great.
Sound good. Let's get to these games.
All right, guys, so first up, we have three awesome games. We have Blind Descent coming from Owlcat. We have Deep Dish Dungeon coming from Behold and Raw Fury, as well as an exclusive interview with the Don Walker creative director.
You know, I love me some survival games. I don't know who the first one is. Oh, wait, this all kind of watch. Hold on, this all might be live. Why are we talking about the music in a survival game? That's the first thing. So dark and darker, but probably fun this time.
Must be here somewhere.
A Dawnwalker is like a special kind of being in our IP. It's neither fully a vampire nor a human, it's something in between. What this means is basically that you, as a Dawnwalker, you have underwent a transformation. You used to be human, And now, during the nighttime, you do get all the powers and the difficulties of being a vampire. So you get the blood craving and so on. But during daytime, these powers are dormant and you still have to eat. You have all the weaknesses of a human, right? But also the perks of being human. One of the things that is unique to humans in our IP is being able to use magic, so casting spells. The Dawnwalkers are not very commonplace in that IP. They are very, very rare, rarer than vampires. So you as a Dawnwalker are kind of special in this regard. I would say the short-term things that have immediate impact on the character development are you have to feed on, you know, either animals or humans on blood suddenly, right? So you get these cravings, you get these like weird, eerie experiences that you didn't have as a human. Brentsis and his clique of vampires actually caught him on his low point when he was vulnerable. He has used specific traits of vampiric blood in order to cement his position in the valley. Because, you know, as you might imagine, having a bloodsucker as your lord might be a tough sell. However, if the alternative is getting sick and, you know, dying in thousands, actually it doesn't sound as such a horrible thing. He tries to kind of distort the religious beliefs in order to install himself as a savior of the valley. We do explore this in the game, so you might see, like, for example, statues erected to Brentsis, new iconography shown in the local cathedral, for example, and in the castle and so on. There is this whole cult of personality he builds around himself. So he basically shows himself as something better than the old order, right? We do have a mechanic tied to shrines that are erected across the valley, and Brentsis puts a lot of attention to kind of twist them to his own image, and these do have a functionality. When you play the game, we have assigned specific functions to them. Generally speaking, one of the things we wanted to achieve in this game is to have Brentsis being this active antagonist.
But
you know, in a lot of games, the antagonists are out there to be defeated, but generally speaking, you have free reign, you do your own thing, and it doesn't really, you know, change much in how they approach you. In this game, what we wanted to do is to have Brentsis react to your actions as you know, complete different activities throughout the valley, as you maybe undermine his operations and so on.
It's kind of like his seal of approval.
Exactly. So it's like, so basically the way you can think about it is like the more you do in the valley, especially if you undermine Brentsis, you will gain notoriety. The more notorious you are, the more edicts Brentsis will pass in order to thwart you. So for example, he might send out more soldiers to patrol roads and villages, right? He might, in some extreme cases, maybe even initiate a lockdown of the city to basically hamper your ways of traversing it, right? There is a number of these edicts we have prepared, and each of them is designed to kind of twist and change the general open world gameplay. It also has benefits. There are factions in the valley that dislike Brentsis, so the more notoriety you gain, you know, the better standing with them you get, like they actually like that. There is a number of plot lines that you can follow if you want. You can also cut them off because we have added these systems where, for example, you might lose control over Cohen when he's a vampire if he was hungry. You might kill off some important NPCs and then the plotline just cuts off basically, or you get some alternative version. There are some ways to enter the castle in the open world. You can ignore these side plotlines. You can level up Cohen and decide to attack the castle on your own, right?
Out of curiosity, is there romance in the game?
Romance, yes, of course. We do have romance options, yes. We didn't delve deep into like with whom yet.
Okay.
And I'll leave that for the future to talk about. However, yes, you can expect to build relationships with characters. Like I said, there is like one main goal, very varying ways to get to it. These different ways that you pick will impact, you know, what happens with Veil Sangora in the end, and it's all up to you. And I think, I really recommend experimenting with this stuff and having fun with it.
First one, Blind Descent, Martian, survival, co-op, adventure.
Gives me Subnautica vibes, and in the best way possible. I really like it, but like more with land exploration, which is really cool. I honestly can't wait to try it.
we're also going to see a lot of survival games today. So I think it all comes down to what the ultimate depth of the game is.
I like survival games.
But I also, my first thought when I saw
have
Martian
no issues
land
with
was
that
No Man's Sky. That's obviously like maybe a reach for expectation-wise, and definitely a tall task. But when I heard Martian, I thought No Man's Sky-esque.
Like you said, a lot of survival games, but I think it's popular right now, and I'm hopeful that a lot of them do it right. But this is like going underneath Mars and has aliens. It looks interesting. I like it.
I'm intrigued about the variety of ecosystems
like
and
that they're just gonna
aliens and
review
plants
each
that
game.
they bring up.
I feel like,
Well, like you said, it's popular now because people like them. And so they share a lot of things mechanically, but for me, it's usually the vibe. And this one has a vibe.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, it's a good vibe.
That's why I wonder how
Yeah, I
that
hear you.
gameplay loop goes. Like, how far down can you
Hold on,
go?
why you
What
not
kind of
in
biomes
the-
are you
what's it
experiencing
called?
as you continue to go
What?
down? And like you said, with survivals, we
Hold on,
see like
let
a
me
lot
do
of the same
this, and
loops. So how
then
can they?
What you
Whether
stream?
trees
You said you were streaming.
Yeah, like
you streaming the
again,
pod?
we're gonna talk about it a lot,
There
but
you
if you
go.
can cut a tree down, I'm good for survival.
One more
games.
time?
I'm
You doing
pretty.
a pod?
I'm like
You doing a
at that
podcast?
point, I'm the
We're
target.
live streaming,
I'm the
but
target
I'm the only one
audience.
here.
Then we have Deep Dish.
What we
Deep Dish
doing? Is
Dungeons,
it
co-op, dungeon
reveals or something?
crawling,
What's going on?
Yeah, it's a
survival
showcase. I'm
game,
about to
handcrafted
put the link
dungeon.
in-
You
I'm
got
about
the
to send you the link.
resources, cook to strengthen your party. You can party up with friends. I'm excited for it.
Speaking of vibes, this thing is a vibe. Like, I don't know what you'd call that art style, but whatever it is, like injected into my
kind of
veins.
retro, right?
It's like pixel art, but then they also have like some voxel type tech for digging and breaking.
Wait,
through-
you sending it through the
whatever it's not, like
messages? What are you sending it through?
Okay, so when
I'm
Luke
gonna
said
put it in stick
voxel,
for you.
that's big
I'll
word
put it
count
in
number
the
one of the day.
general chat
When I see that,
also.
I'm very basic. I'm like, that's got to be some form of pixel art, which is definitely coming back. I feel like we're seeing more games kind of pull back that old view, that old like Minecraft pixel art, whatever you want to call it,
I
voxel.
really do not want to hear
view.
these guys talk
I
about
I will be
the
honest
game
with you guys.
after
While you
every
guys are
time.
talking
Like,
about
just
pixels,
show the
I'm
game,
thinking, I
bro.
hope I can kill my
Oh,
teammates in
the
funny
yeah,
ways.
I thought you were talking about us on the
Nah.
We'll go with the
on the
pixels.
pod.
Yeah, we were watching the trailer
we the
together,
ones
and the
supposed to be
first thing
reacting.
she
I'm
was
not
saying
trying to
was like,
watch
"Hey,
y'all
how do I
react
kill
to
those
the
I'm
game.
with?"
I mean, I have to imagine it's a dungeon crawling game about cooking in the dungeon. Surely you're gonna be able to accidentally poison yourselves.
Do you
know?
think
Like,
you can get like bad ingredients on purpose to murder your?
I bet you
Oh
are
my
gonna have to, I bet you're gonna have to
Why
find
are
out.
you going?
So I wonder though, with it being like in dungeons, like if they're gonna have an in-game proximity chat kind of thing.
I hope
It's one of my favorite things in games like this when you're like walking through and you can hear your friend off in the distance. I wonder if they'll do something like that.
The Lethal Company
Yeah.
effects where they're like,
It looks
throwing-
like you can hear them
meant to be
screaming.
enjoyed
Screaming,
with
running.
friends, though, for sure.
Yeah, like at
Me
least
and Jake gonna be in their edition in that dungeon.
like at least a co-op. He's across the world. I'm like, Rob, you there?
I'm dishing, baby. I'm dishing.
I'm not gonna lie.
Megan
Can you bring the carrot?
I've been watching.
What are you
I mean, I ain't been watching shit. I've been playing
Yeah,
the
no,
solo
but it
leveling
looks
game.
very
I'm
promising.
too ahead of the
Next up, we have
anime
Dawn
right now.
Walker. Lua
I'm
had
probably
a
like
crazy
2 arcs
conversation
ahead
with
of
their
the
creative
anime right now.
director. Single player, vampire, RPG.
I read the manga,
It
or
looks
the
incredible.
manhwa, so
I think the
I
30-day
would
system is
probably
awesome,
still
and like you
be
said, gives
ahead.
weight to things. And then the whole, like, there's so many decisions you can make.
What I find really interesting about the game
Dang,
is that
what part am I at
Cohen, the
right
protagonist,
now?
is half vampire, half man.
I think I'm at the part of the
And
story where they're,
even though like
they're
all of that sounds great by itself, there's
investigating
even
the
another layer
disappearances and
where
shit.
at night, of
Are you-
course,
are
he
you
can
that
use
far in the
vampiric
manga?
abilities that
One
he
more time?
doesn't get to use during the
They're-
daytime.
they're
His
investigating
combat's different. He's
some
not using his sword. He's
disappearances and
using claws. And then in the daytime, of course, there's NPCs walking around, and there's
That's
you know
too
maybe
vague.
patrols
I can't
going
think.
around that aren't there at night. But then there's different
What?
ones at night. So
There's like some
You can
rifts,
use
like some
magic
rifts
as
popping
human.
up.
You can use magic as a vampire.
yes,
Oh,
and
yeah,
basically
I
what
know
they're
something
trying to
like that.
do is to not just have the time be an element
farther
of
than
certain
that, right?
actions to take
Yeah.
it forward, but also whether you're playing in day or night, quest lines play out completely
Yes.
differently because people are in different spots, their behaviors are different. This person may be asleep, so you can't
I'm
talk
still
to
gonna
them.
be watching
Somebody
when
else
the
is
anime
Abilities.
come out because
Exactly.
Well,
I'm
The
like
Witcher
some
3 is my
shit.
personal
I'm
favorite
playing the
game
game.
of
I'm
all
like some
time,
shit,
so-
some
and this is
exposition,
former
exposition
Witcher 3
is missing,
developers
bro.
working
Because I'm
on
like,
this, and so much of that
nigga,
charm
when did
was
this nigga meet this
prevalent
bitch?
there.
When did this?
music.
The
I'm like, yo,
music,
what's
just that soundtrack in the short little
Some shit
snippet
is
we saw
missing.
there, I felt it.
I love
But
that
it's
simple
probably like the
separation
side
between day
missions,
and
like
night and
the-
different things coming
It's
with your
probably
character.
like
It's
you
gotta
meet
be like
some
the coolest
probably
part.
if I
Yeah,
play
because
like
it's got
their
to probably
like,
tailor to your
the
gameplay
side
of like, I
characters
gotta wait to make
missions
this
type
choice
shit.
during the nighttime
Instead of
versus
playing
during the
the main
daytime where I
story.
can use certain abilities or different combat styles. I love that part of it.
And so I could foresee a
Ooh,
run through
Dog
like a
Ningen?
play style where you're playing only at night
Bro,
for missions. You're
why
just
are
doing
they-
stealthy
why are
vampire
they
stuff,
talking
and you're
like
eating
this
people, or
and not
drinking blood rather
actually-
not eating people. I don't know, maybe it's not away. But
Wait,
you know,
why are they
the
talking
dark
like
run through
this and
versus
not
like the
actually
light
put in no
run through in the
gameplay
daytime,
up?
the vegan run
Man, I'm used to it.
the vegan run. Which has one of those vegan
Vegan
This shit
sped
been
run.
going on
Don
for-
Walker.
yeah, vegan achievement.
Sponsored
8
by Beyond
minutes or
Meat.
so.
The fact that they revealed a little bit about more Brinsis the Overlord is also a
These
system.
niggas been talking
He
for
really
so
talked a lot
long that
about
we got
systems that they
the
have not
news that they
spoke
about
on
to show
yet at
next
all, and didn't with us
on-
either.
on
Like the
Twitter.
edits. As you go around the
That's
world,
crazy.
Or even have
All I
trying
see
to
is-
find your information,
all I see
you
is
can
nothing
side
but
with the
flags
photo, and
in
depending
the
on
chat.
what you do, you can
Cardboard
make the
1.0 launches February 26th.
quite
The
upset.
full game
So he
update,
can
and they
start
about to
making
show
laws
this in
and
this fucking
rules
showcase.
to
But we
But
already
we
got
already
the
know
news
before they show
progress in
it.
a certain
Crazy.
way.
because these
Also,
niggas
like the
taking too
Brinsis
long
as
talking.
an antagonist is not just like
Crazy.
pure evil, doing all sorts of horrible stuff. Like he is helping the people in some ways, in order to get control of them. But he's like curing them of the plague. Like he offers them something they aren't getting elsewhere. So he's doing bad stuff, but there's nuance.
And that typically makes for really, really good stories.
Harder choices to be made,
Perspective and never a clear cut, good or bad.
Yeah, because I bet you there's gonna be a moment
I'm
where it's like
taking
you
it.
could stop it,
2
like his
points off.
influence in an area. That means they're gonna die of the plague.
Already.
So
Points
like, you
off
let the
just-
bad
just
guy
for
do
this?
the
Just
thing
for
that you're
these
trying to
niggas
stop him to
talking.
do, or
And it's also
For
about
so long.
perspective. These people were ruled by a very tyrannical
I
leader
mean, they
before,
gotta
so
fill in space. But I'm
even
pretty
though
sure, like,
Prince
bro,
is a
like
vampire
you
to
could
them,
do
he
the shit
may
and
as well
then have
be a
this
savior,
filler
right?
in between each shit. Like if you're not getting all the information at once,
they go into some more games.
For the next section, we have 3, again, I'm gonna have to not say incredible games every single time, but
my shit
we have
might be a little
Prologue,
bit
Go Way
behind.
Back from Player Unknown, Beautiful Light from Deep Worlds, and Project Shadowglass from Starhelm Studios.
huh? Player unknown.
It's just an infinite map generator with some game loops on top of it. So you have a survival loop, which is pretty hard. Get to the weather tower, we give you a map and a compass and not much else. Some basic survival mechanics, and it's a game against yourself more than anything else and kind of the decisions you make. Then we also have just objective survive, which is just see how long you can last in the world, and free roam for those that just like a hike. The differentiator, or the thing that makes a difference, is that we can generate essentially infinite maps of 8x8 scale. Like we have a map editor in the game and stuff like that, but we want to be able to give you the ability to give a deep link to someone. So I can just send you like a HTTP link that starts up the game, loads a map and a seed, and I can share stuff I've built with you with just a link, right? So it's kind of, Go Way Back is just, it's a technological experiment that, or proving some technology we've developed. It's no longer an experiment, it's in production, so it works. But it's also going back to my love of survival games and those kind of emergent, just, I'm not giving anyone missions to do, it's just get
Shit look
there,
like,
and how
Sons
you
of the
get there is
Forest,
fully
bro.
up to you. Basically, if you play the same seed,
Yeah, kinda.
you get the same weather,
Like
I'm pretty
the-
sure you get
the-
the same cabin layout, and you maybe
Just
get the
because it's
same
like
loot.
in that wilderness.
So you
type
and
of-
4
Yeah,
friends
how does Sons of
could
the Forest
technically
end
race
up
to the weather
turning
tower,
into
and so you get there first because you have the same conditions. And while we
what's-
don't
what's
have
that shit?
multiplayer yet,
Babies
you have
on
this
the
kind of
beach?
asynchronous multiplayer.
And
as long
then
as you can share the seed with
the
people.
PUBG
I thought,
creators are
wouldn't that be a
making some
cool
shit that look like
thing for events where you have 16 streamers and see how long they can survive in objective survive mode, right? Or see who can race to the weather tower quickest, or we can set up the weather just to get progressively colder and see who lasts the longest. There's a weather tower on top of one of the higher points on the map. It's generally the other side of the map. We do have prompts now that tell you what to do in the world. But yeah, there's some simple survival mechanics. Keep yourself warm, keep yourself dry, light fires, board up windows, keep your body in a good temperature, get across the map. And we don't tell you where you are on the map, except when you find a new map in the world and it updates your position, you're left
And they
for
said it's
basic
gonna be
navigation.
45
It's kind of
games.
set in the 80s.
Nigga,
45 games? What
We
are
gonna
you
be
talking
here
about?
for
digital
4
GPS, stuff
hours
like
if
that.
y'all
I want to
niggas
make
doing
sure
this
that the
shit
worlds
every
we
single
generate have
time.
enough depth that when we add story and
Oh
mission
my
and
God.
quest-based content, that the worlds feel
Nah, how long is this shit
coherent
supposed to
and
be?
real enough that it makes sense. Like, I want to have pathing. I want to have like infrastructure, like telephone lines, this kind of stuff. So the cabins aren't just random cabins in the forest, that there seems to be some logical placement of stuff in the world. And once we have those
Motherfuckers
in,
get
then
mad
we
at
can more
people
easily
spamming
go,
flags,
okay,
bro.
you need to connect all the substations
let
to
them spam they flags,
bring
get
power
mad.
to the weather tower so you can get a message or
They need
go
to
and
throw a
do
flag on the
various
field.
things. Right now,
Penalty.
there's a bunch of cabins and there's survival mechanics, but we want to add
Bro,
a lot more depth to the environment. Preface
I fuck with PUBG, but I'm not playing this game at all, bro.
Of the engine we're building, and that's what Preface is. And the
I don't
kind
even
of poetic
think
thing is
he,
that my last
like,
game
player
will
unknown
be
him. He
Preface,
does not,
because
like,
it'll just be a
develop PUBG
visualization of what's
anymore.
possible with our engine at that time.
Yeah.
And it's more like
They
Minecraft
basically just
Survival,
took
that
his
it's an
name.
example of what you can do with the engine, and it'll be open source and free for everyone, so you can do whatever you want. So having this kind of digital space, like an internet in 3D, I don't see anyone working
Everybody
towards
wanna
that.
be
I see
Minecraft, bro. Get
small
that
bubbles,
shit
but
outta
I don't see
here.
anyone really trying to do Earth-scale terrain with millions
Like,
of people. And that's
if
kind
I
of the
want to
bigger
survive in
goal,
the snow,
and that's why we've broken it down into
there's-
3 games.
bro,
The
there's
aim is
like
that you
multiple
should be able to
games
do
that's like
anything
that.
from 10 by 10 to 100 by 100 with 5v5
Like I literally,
or 100
the other day, I literally beat
relatively easily and not have any problems.
Below
You
Zero,
build maybe an
Subnautica,
Earth-scale terrain,
like,
maybe
bro, like-
smaller, with hopefully a network layer that supports millions of people. That will be kind of a survival civilization
I wanna
MMO
survive in the snow.
type
I'll
game.
play-
But
I'll play
again,
Sons of the
that's
Forest.
just one layer of the
There's
world.
snow in there.
Like, I want you to be able to just jump around the world and see what's happening, because you should be able to, like, I think if
This
you
ain't
want to
even an interview.
interact
This
with the
motherfucker's just
world,
talking, and the
there
other
should be a
motherfucker just sitting
layer
there.
of survival you have
Like,
to do, or a layer
what
of
are we
gameplay
doing here?
in order to kind of leave your impression on the world.
Bro,
What are we
what is he
doing?
gonna ask? Bro,
What are we
what
doing
is
here?
what is he gonna talk to him about this game? Nothing.
Exactly.
What's the
He
game
already
about?
gave us every fucking
You
thing.
know you know everything about it. Why are you there? Like it should have just be these niggas talking about the game. What are these people even doing here?
All right, let's see what this is.
Put this on my good screen. This better not be Sons of the Forest, bro.
Not to say Sons of the Forest.
What's up? Graphics right now. Is this them? This is their graphics? I swear I got my shit on 1080p. Oh, this that one game. Fuck, what was it? We already got shown this before, huh?
I don't know, man.
I swore we saw a zombie-like game. Is this Chronos or whatever the fuck? Not Chronos. This should look like Stalker with zombies. Bro, the graphics right now, the resolution is fucked right now.
Don't look bad on mine.
Bet on my shit.
Beautiful light.
Seeing hella pixels.
In a world where pixels were once only
Well, now you really
2D,
about to see pixels.
now
my shit
there's
behind.
3D. Oh, I'm just with you. I'm Dominic John,
Epic and
the
Steam.
dev
I'll wait for that
behind
bitch to
Project
come out for
Shadowglass, a 3D pixelated RPG that's a love
Hey, this
letter
is
to
okay.
classic
It's okay to
immersive
be
sim,
pixelated like this.
Beef and System Shock.
Nah, this look
This
live.
video is a series of
Or at least the art
prototype rooms
style.
that I've been working on some of the core systems in. No art, no.
I feel like I'm in the
assets,
80s, nigga, and I was born in
movie generated by AI.
1990.
This is all human made, hand placed, made by me and artists like me because we love what we do.
Hey, that last point.
If you have headphones, I would highly suggest wearing them.
Hey.
All the audio in Project Shadowglass is going to be 3D, and not just 3D, but simulated.
Violinist is going
The
off right
music
now.
emanating from this orb is going into the left ear and the right ear, but as I change the size of the space, you can hear the character of the sounds change. around a wall, we can still hear it coming from the opening.
See, now a lot of people don't fuck with audio like that. Like, you feel me? They might have audio design, sure. Like, you feel me? Oh, we got these like, but they don't really fuck with projection. Like, yeah, off the wall.
Forza and Hellblade. They don't really talk about audio like that.
I know, right?
Actually,
Motherfuckers just talk about the soundtrack and shit.
Discord today, so if you have any
We got some
ideas
awesome people working on the
suggestions, or just
soundtrack.
wanna
Hey.
follow along, feel free to wish list
Soundtrack is
Shadowgrass
cool,
on
but
Steam. I hope you
there's
enjoyed
other
the
sounds
sneak
other
peek
than the
on how things are
soundtrack
coming along.
going on.
Thank you so much, all the crew at New Game Plus, for having me. Be well, my friends.
To start with, Prologue, Go Way Back, another survival
why
game
is
that we're
this
seeing,
dude-
and we were
oh my
talking,
God.
it's a
None of
bare
the
bones
internet
survival
is
game
all
where there
3D.
is
The
no common
internet,
enemy.
bro,
Your
the
enemy
internet
is the
is
elements,
nothing
where you just
but,
have to try and
but
survive
trolls. Why
and
do
make
I
it to
see
that
people
point.
in
So if
the
you guys
chat
don't know
talking
Brennan
about
Green, he not only was
AI
behind the
slot?
Battle Royale mode of H1Z1, which we talked a long time
When the
ago
dude
about,
said
he was
he
also
didn't
the
use
creator
AI.
of PUBG. So people have a lot of faith in him and what he calls his 10-year plan. And he talks about his ultimate goal being he wants 1 million players on a server. He wants the internet to be made 3D and for all of us to actually truly be able to play together, which I know is a crazy transition from us talking about a survival game.
Single-player survival game?
Like we want to cover their survival game because I love survival games, and they're going to be branching out in this game for the next few years until they have multiplayer, until they have weapons, and they have PvE and animals to fight against. But it's also part of a much
Also, a
bigger
story. He mentioned they will be adding also a story to the
Things to
world.
do, yeah.
Yes.
That's got to be like one of the most ambitious projects out there right
It
now.
sounds like some bullshit to me. How you gonna say you gonna start off single player, no missions, no objectives, no
not to undersell it.
weapons,
Just
no
survive.
enemies, just survive.
Next game we talked about was Beautiful Light by Deep
Bro,
World.
ain't
That's a
nobody here for that.
We gonna keep on adding until we
tactical
got a
extraction
million
shooter.
players.
There are
and
6
missions
3-person
and a
squads.
story and guns.
There's also a
Like,
lot of
nigga,
anomalies and monsters
No,
and stuff.
how
that we
about you
saw
just do
in
that
it.
first, motherfucker?
Looks like
Instead
I'm gonna be
of
scared.
Exactly.
making
It looks
us
very
play the
scary.
boring
And I
version.
appreciated
The
that it was
beta?
very
They want a
immersive.
beta
You got
tester.
the
Nah,
sort
they
of
ain't even a
Pip-Boy
beta.
looking
The
thing.
beta
But
should have
Speaking
at
of big
least
words,
50%
I actually
of the
looked up
content.
what
This nigga
that's
said we
called.
gonna have
It's called
10%.
diegetic
And we go,
UI.
that's
Oh, you
Star
say
Citizen
diegetic?
bullshit right
I
there.
think in the same.
Diegetic.
20-25%
But it's
back.
really, really cool in games like
10
this,
to
especially
25%.
because it's like hyper
Content.
immersive. There's no UI popping up being like, oh, attack incoming. It's just, no, you are in the moment, you're in the game, listen around you, look at the thing on the character itself. I love that.
So you can play as a monster,
Yeah,
or
Oh,
as
really?
You can play both.
or as the soldier. Is there controller support?
I don't know. Great question.
Duality she just threw up in her mouth.
I have nothing against controllers, but I believe there's a right time for mouse and keyboard and a right time for keyboards. And he believes that the right time for a controller is when you're playing shooter games. It's obviously better than mouse and keyboard is better for that. But not for him.
I would edit my own YouTube videos with a controller. if
Yeah,
I
he
could.
said that
That's
earlier.
That's how passionate.
Which is a patently insane thing to say.
Yeah, then we have Project Shadowglass.
Voxel art. I really enjoyed the
This is Starhelm Studios. It's an immersive sim. We've all
You're
seen it. I think it
you're
went
playing
viral
a shooter
from
game, but you're not pressing
that
the
AI
trigger.
post.
Yeah,
There was like
like-
an AI post that looked
like,
just like
that's
it, and then
why-
he was
that's
like, "I'm
why-
making a game like this. It's not AI."
I looked up the video because he has a
it's
YouTube
up to
channel
you,
where you
like-
can actually see kind of behind the scenes.
I
And when
said,
that clip of the
regular
AI
shooters,
generator
I'll
went
play with a
viral,
controller,
he saw
but
it and
survival
was like,
game, yeah,
I didn't
gotta
think
play
anybody
mouse and
wanted
keyboard.
this.
There's
I was
too
just
much
like, it was
going
a
on
fun
in a
side
survival
project.
game.
And then he saw people wanted it and thought it looked awesome, and he put it out, but it's real.
Well, we talked about it earlier. There's a desire for stuff like that. The more simplicity, kind of retro feel.
It feels like the game is still like learning what it wants to be. Like he's working on the graphics, the basics, the music, and as like they have a bow and an arrow, and hopefully as they work on the project, they start feeling what it will grow to be, what kind of game it will develop itself into.
Yeah, my understanding is right now it is just Project Shadowglass, and it's gonna eventually become like a video game, but right now it's just kind of proof of concept that the art works, the crazy math behind it works, and like it can grow to a game.
So the game
but it's
has,
certainly
you tell me, the game has no character, and they're trying to build a
It
character.
seems like I just love a good passion project. You can tell there's a lot of heart in that.
And I feel like I initially, like everyone else, why I went so viral, I got attached to that same artwork, but then when he further explains and shows you some concepts that you weren't expecting out of a game with that artwork or that design, when he's showing that you said the R6 lean in there. And
Oh yeah, that threw me off. The little bow
it's like,
behind. I was
whoa.
like, is that a Rainbow Six
You threw that,
Siege?
you threw that in there, and then of course they got the wall grapple, and then with the whole audio design as well. I mean, I'm definitely.
I remember seeing that clip that went viral. I remember seeing it. I was like, wow, that looks incredible. Like walking up to the castle.
This section, we have 3 what I would consider kind of sci-fi games a little bit, but we have Aphelion from Don't Nod,
The Expanse
which we have an
looked pretty
incredible look behind the scenes of the music with the composer themselves, as well as The Expanse Osiris Reborn from Owlcat.
The Expanse, ain't that
You're
already
familiar
out?
with The
They dropping
Expanse,
some DLC?
super exciting,
Well,
and
no,
also
they-
Distant Shores,
there's
Britain.
a bunch of different The Expanse games because it's a show, but this is a new one that looks more like a Mass Effect style game.
My name is Amin Bouafa. I'm a film music composer.
Get some Dead
I am the
Space
composer
vibes.
for Aphelion, the video game.
Or Prey.
I remember having a message from
Nah, this game is
saying
gonna be
that he
neither of
loved
those.
the score of Summit of the Gods and
Just that little
they
black
are
thing looked
working
like
on a
Prey.
new video game, and inviting me to come to the studio and to meet the team. It was very important for me to understand how the music would be interactive.
Is
So
he
how to
using FL
compose, how to
Studio?
write music that
I ain't
would be
never
interactive.
seen
With models, with stems,
composer
with
using FL
separating
Studio.
the different elements, and at the same time,
look like he around our age.
Could the music, how the structure of the music would be an evolving structure. It was very important for me first to have the story of Ariane and Thomas, like that. The log line is the story, both of them. So there is a theme that conveys this emotional relationship between them. And then the frozen aspect of the music. I mean, for me, it was very important first to feel the cold in the music, to feel the wind, to feel the ice. It's an instrument that had been invented by the Bachet brothers in the mid-20th century. For me, it looks like an alien instrument. When you see it, cannot even predict that it's a musical instrument. To play the instrument, you need to get your hands.
Talk about the audio for every game, bro.
And then rub crystal buttons that are in this metal structure could convey this frozen identity of the score, and at the same time having this magical sense of in the score. There is a sacred feeling also to this planet. It's a huge planet, but I wanted to get this huge instrument and that it could also play very soft. The organ has a lot of sounds. It could be very soft. It could be very aggressive.
He joined. What up?
Large. It could be intimate. For me, it's the planet. The planet could be very welcoming and suddenly very, how to say, very dangerous and very sacred at the same time. So I thought that the organ could give this majestuous feeling to the score. I'm so happy to write the music for Aphelion. It's the first time for me to write.
See, they're telling us, bro. They're telling us about shit I don't care about. Nigga, is the game gonna be good? Like, is the game gonna be good? Is the story gonna be good? This could be a surprise.
It's gonna be good, but
like, you feel me? Like,
it's a climbing simulator.
Like, surprise me with the. You're trying to tell me about the ambiance of the game before I even play the game. I don't want that. Let me get immersed into the ambiance of the game when I play the game. Like, little snippet here and there, sure, but you're gonna
Game Pass, I guess.
It is. Why my shit so behind, bro?
Or you see me tripping. Sometimes you gotta refresh.
We had some discussions at the early stages of the production, to be honest, whether to go fully class system or something else. And again, we started with sitting down and lining up what are possible ways that the player might perceive the game. The power fantasies, how he can express himself in combat. So he might want to be a sniper, he might want to be a hacker, maybe an engineer, something else. As we designed those playstyles, we thought how to mix it up a bit, how to let player to experiment with what he encounters during the game.
Don't they have like a Telltale's game version of the experience?
Shown
Yeah,
in
like
the
that's
trailer. Even if he's a sniper, he might want to experiment.
Yeah,
with
that's
that.
the only
Why
thing
not?
it
fits
so
the
actual
universe, it
game
fits
about
the
this shit
playstyle. He might want to
seems cool
to
as fuck,
see
you
how
feel
it
me?
works. And so we decided why not to give him the possibility to do that. That was the idea behind the playstyle. So playstyle is basically the starting preset that kind of gently guides you towards the certain direction of your power fantasy of how you play the game. At some point, the player will need to commit to his choices. So again, it's an important part of the choices system. You know, if you just can switch everything on the fly, that kind of makes your choices less important. So at some point, you need to stick to particular guns, particular gadgets, and you just build around them. We give you some time to experiment, but you will need to commit. During the character creation, you will have to choose between three major factions, your origin, so you will be either Belter or Earther or Martian. Facial customization, appearance, you can choose your body type.
So you will be playing as a Pinkwater mercenary with different type of origin that you would create. You will have your sibling with the same like identical one. They will look a little bit different because they're their own person. They have their own personality. These events are set during the first 3 books, I think. You will start on Eris and witness basically the events from a different angle, and this part will be to some degree shown in your character creation.
Every companion should belong somewhere in the universe, and they have their own background consisting of their faction and their acquaintance. They have some background story, their own struggles. All this stuff will influence how they perceive the situations player encounters. So in every major plot event, they will have their opinions.
Man, this shit just tells me I gotta hurry up and beat Outer Worlds, bro.
Provide you some assistance or maybe even some crucial contacts to go for help, for advice, for military support, maybe. Of course, they will have their own stories, their own struggles, and you can choose to help them or maybe to ignore their own stories, totally depending on how you want to be invested in this particular companion. The choices you make for those companions also will matter in long term.
Yep, some of them will have romances, and you can see on our background companions.
Perfect,
We cannot
thank
say who is going to have romance, but there will definitely be romance in our game.
It's a small crew on the small ship. You know, the Expanse, it's a universe where everyone flies in very tight spaces for a very long time. So there is a dynamics in the crew as well. We have a few layers of the combat system. First of all, it's obviously the gunplay. A few classes of weapons that you can use, and mostly you do it from the covers, so it's a cover-based gunplay game. And the second layer of the combat system is that's your abilities, that they might be more like offensive ones, maybe something like a grenade or a shoulder cannon, or maybe something more defensive like a shield or maybe a protective drone. A lot of gadgets that you can choose from depending on your play style. And as Julia mentioned, there are some play styles that are mostly focused on using your gadgets rather than using your weapons. Third layer, but still very important, that's
how are you going to show 45 games?
They have their impact on the.
If y'all spending this much time on each game, and then having them talk about the games
an exploit in the
after
arena,
each time, after every 3,
to gain a certain
like,
advantage in combat.
how
We decided
long
against,
is this showcase?
You know, the,
I'm about
the
to look it
management,
up.
the gameplay part of the survival stuff. So you won't be counting your gallons of reaction mass or how much water you need to recycle before it dries out. Nothing like that. But still, the expansion universe is very dangerous. So in terms of narrative, the survival
3.5
will
hours.
be a part of the game. You will have a tremendous enemy. You will have a lot of very dangerous situations that you will have to get out somehow. There will be a lot of survival in terms of your player experience, just not as a particular mechanic. You will be able to fly around the solar system.
Nice.
You will be able to visit various planets. We mentioned it before that we have Luna, Mars, Ceres, Io, and some other cool places to visit. And some of those places will be like major social hubs where you can just walk around.
I think that was one of the interviewers.
Drink at the bar, shop for.
She just wasn't on the screen.
And stuff like that. So you will have plenty of places
If
to go
I would have
to
known
visit
that
and
this shit was gonna be 3 hours
is cruel and
a half,
characters
I would have
might die
not streamed
because of your choices. Stay
this
tuned
shit.
for more, and we will show
Not
more
gonna hold
very
you.
soon. Have something cooking. I hope you will like it.
Welcome back, Aaron. We trust your flight was smooth. We have landed you on the outskirts of Genyak Island. Stay alert.
Is this a different game?
What is this?
Hey, Aaron, it's Thomas. You know, your brother.
Genyak,
You
is
said
this,
you would visit me
is
here,
this,
but
is
you
this,
never did. Look, bygones be bygones. Just find me in the West Zone. I'll be waiting.
Oh, I've seen this before. It's that like a Portal style game, but with magnetism.
Sometimes I dream about what's under the ocean. A
I can
distant
fuck
shore,
with it.
waiting to be explored.
Yeah, I was hyped for this one.
The graphics is giving me Deathloop vibes.
Deathloop?
Yeah, you play Deathloop?
Yeah, I played Deathloop.
Yeah, give me Deathloop vibes. You don't see it?
Deathloop was more cell
I said
shaded. Not really cell shaded, but it was artsy.
I mean, it's like rustic. You feel me? Like the rustic vibe.
Yeah.
Like you can feel the dust in the air, bro. The dust everywhere.
Dusty ass. Alright, I'm gonna give them like until 2:30 or until I see Atomic Heart 2, and then I'm gonna end this up, not gonna lie.
Did you even play the DLC for the last one?
Nope.
You need y'all showing us a lot of gameplay, but it's like you don't have to show us too much, bro. Because we get the gist of it. Like, I need to see this nigga get chased by something, bro. Like at this point, I need this nigga to get chased by something.
Where the portal turret's at? I mean, he has a health bar, so something has to take away from that health.
Electricity? You getting electrocuted and shit? Okay, something looks like it's coming.
It literally was electricity.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, bro. You're running from electricity? Bro, no, stop.
Well, no, he's fighting a boss right now. So that's good.
I'm behind.
It's literally like Portal, like, fighting machines and shit.
Bro, I don't know what's up with my YouTube. I got it at 1080, but my resolution look trash still. And I refresh this shit. And I got this shit on my good monitor.
Mm-hmm.
Such a peaceful place to be seen. It's a wonderful way to be free.
Yeah, I'd rather play this than that other game that's unfinished, bro. Like, the fuck? Like...
Let's start with Aphelion.
My understanding is it's a dual protagonist game, so you'll actually be swapping back and forth as they
just
sort of
survive
work
in the
together.
woods.
And I'm sure there's parts where you're separated, parts where maybe you're together, working together.
Very emotional story.
There's so much
world.
potential for stories like that. The dual protagonists, seeing
feel
it
like-
converge in the end.
You know it's going to be an emotional game, especially when they put so much emphasis in the music. I
Yeah.
feel like music is a tool to catalyst emotions, so it's definitely something that
We were actually talking about that earlier today, music and video, and not just video games, and art in general, and media.
Good music changes a
changes
game
everything.
from a game being a good game to a memorable game, a game that will stick with you in a long time. So.
Well, and Donut has a pretty storied background when it comes to narrative games, whether it's like Life is Strange or like one of my old school favorites, Vampire. Like they try different stuff, weird stuff even sometimes, and so this is exciting to see them doing something
They were
different.
using the super alien music instrument, so.
Yeah. What was it called? Is that
A Crystal Bachette.
Crystal Bachette.
Oh, you're talking about the hand wedding one?
Yeah.
You're really into this hand. That's like the only
I
thing
kind
you
of want
took
to
away.
try it, honestly.
I mean,
How do you discover that technique of like, oh, that makes that, yes.
that this is an award-winning composer of the Summit of the Gods as well. So what I find super impressive is just, I feel like people sleep on music so much in games, and then you see behind the scenes of this entire, like, they're in a famous church in Paris playing the organ.
Actually has been a
these
blast
dudes
to
are
see
annoying the
music
fuck
and
out of me,
music
bro.
evolve during
Bro.
the years. Like, video games has some great music, like
It's one of those things, when it's working, you like a lot of time you don't think about it. When music is really good
Oh,
in a
you're
game,
thinking
you
about?
don't really think about
How
it.
do you
But then
make
when
this
it's
weird
exceptional, like
instruments, bro?
Expedition or,
Imagination.
like, Witcher
That's how
vibes,
you
know,
make
then
it.
you really remember it. But a lot of the games
Like,
you play, you probably don't look up the
Why are they
soundtrack,
wetting
even though
their
the game's
hands?
pretty good.
Obviously,
Ironically, my Spotify rap this year was like
decrease the
mostly
friction
video
of their
game scores.
fingers. Like,
I
bro,
think
come
there's
on
often
now.
correlation though whenever a developer
People need to have more common
does take
sense.
the music very seriously in a game. It
I'm
often
sure
reflects in
they're taking other parts
it
out.
reflects in every other. I mean, think about it. All the games that have, like, you think about the games with the best scores ever, like you just said, The Witcher 3 or whatever. I mean, it correlates to everything else. Every other aspect of the game, they take it seriously. So.
Another sci-fi game that is probably one of the most anticipated sci-fi games for a very long time is The Expanse: Osiris Reborn, which is from Owlcat as well. It is a third-person action RPG, obviously set in the Expanse universe.
The Expanse is a book and a show, so they're taking inspiration from both, but at the same time, it doesn't require previous knowledge of either for you to be able to enjoy this. In this game, you're going to be living more or less through what happens in the show. However, from a different perspective, from a different side, with your own group of people, with your own environment, that you get to make your own
I ain't watching
choices.
the I
I
ain't
think an
watching the shows
important
or
thing to
reading the
frame
books.
all of the Expanse game with is that
I'ma just
coming
play
from
the games.
Owlcat, they are a studio that did like Rogue Trader, for example. Their bread and butter is intense.
Like for me, the
gritty
Expanse is gonna
narratives
fill that gap
unbelievable
for,
levels of roleplay depth and
for
choice
Mass
and
Effect
consequence,
and Dead Space
complex
for a little
systems
bit.
that
You feel me?
interweave.
I feel like that's
seeing
what
go
it's there
into
for.
this, which is of course a
They- they ain't
third-person
gonna put out
cover-based
nothing? Alright,
shooter
we finna
with
put out
many,
something,
many
you feel me?
RPG
Like-
mechanics. It's a different road, and I asked him about that in our interview, and was like, how did this happen? Because typically they do sort of an isometric thing, and they just said when we decided we wanted to tackle the Expanse, it required that cinematic flair, and that's what they tackled, and they're doing a phenomenal job. That, I mean, the game looks beautiful.
It looks.
Bro,
very
niggas in the
interesting.
chat
It
are
looks
telling
kinda
them
like
to shut
Dead Space
up
meets
so
Gears of
much.
War.
It's
Kinda
more like
gameplay
Mass
wise,
Effect,
it did. Or, yeah, Mass Effect as well.
The choice and the reputation you have with your companions will change because your companions, they told us, will disagree with some of the stuff you do. They'll get upset or
They will have their
pissed
own
about it.
opinions.
They'll have their own opinions, and they also, one interesting tidbit
Bro,
they
bro,
mentioned
I
was
swear,
that when you
I swear,
are making choices
the lack
in
of
the game,
diversity
they're
is
not
showing
necessarily going
in
to tell you
this
if that was a
showcase. Because
big
like, bro,
moment. If that what you
if
just
they
said
had
to them
one
is
nigga
gonna
on here,
seriously affect
he'd get
this
these
thing
niggas to
here,
rap up all
it
this
will,
shit.
but that's all behind the
He or
scenes.
she.
Their
you feel
game
me?
was Distant Shore, Brittany. This is what went viral as almost a portal with magnets, and I think it looks like a lot of fun.
It's such a unique concept. I could see it being big time.
You know,
Like,
it's
really,
one of those
it-
games like you didn't know you wanted, but then you see it, and you're like, oh, that
Oh,
looks
no.
like
Who
it tickles
doesn't
a part
like
of my
We not
Yeah.
streaming.
Like we've seen
New
versions
Game
of it
Plus
before, but
Showcase
with everything
next
it
year.
combines,
It's
like,
not
because it makes
happening.
everyone think of a different game when you see it. Because we've heard
Good.
Half-Life, we've
Like,
heard
bro,
Portal. I thought of Only
these
Up during
niggas-
some parts of it.
Yeah, I had it only up.
And other
I thought
puzzle-
Mirror's Edge a little bit with like
Yeah.
the parkouring, wall moving stuff.
See, it makes us think of so many
Like, we
different
do
things
not
at
care
once,
about
so I
you.
think
We
it's
do
good.
not
Just
care
watching
about
some
your
of that game, I can
reactions.
see the
We're
rage
trying to
already.
react
Oh,
to
yeah,
the
the
fucking
boss- the
trailers,
boss?
bro.
Oh,
We
yeah,
do
not
not
happening.
care.
Well, and I think it's also really cool that they
Like,
have boss
we
mechanics
want-
because like
we
you can
want
tell
new
it started with the
facts. We
idea
don't
of
want
using
other people's
magnets to
opinions. We
like
wanna talk
manipulate
about
the
our own
environment, but
opinions
then they're
on
like,
shit.
okay, well we could raise the stakes, take it up a notch with these boss fights that are organic in the space and
It
build on it.
also mixes up because it's not just a puzzle game, so there is more to
Yeah.
it and more that you.
Yeah, there's a world that he even showed as well.
It's more than just a puzzle game. Like there's a narrative behind it.
Exactly. Like they could have just stopped with puzzle game. I think
Bro,
a lot of
that-
people would have been perfectly
Chat
happy with that. But then they
hates
go
these
and
guys.
build on that with a story, boss fights, all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, if it's not just reach a destination or do a final thing, but it's actually a narrative, like you said, that's really cool.
I think it's fun to keep an eye
I
on.
need to
Yeah.
see how many subs these niggas got.
Next up, we have two very exciting
They barely
updates
got
coming
any
from
subs.
Obsidian, that
All
being
right.
some updates,
Updates for
Avowed, as
Avowed
well
and
as
Grounded 2.
Grounded
Let's
2. We also
go.
got exclusive time with them and had some interviews, which were very exciting.
We're supposed to be getting like a new spell or new weapons, new spells and new weapons or some shit in Avowed.
Bro, that's another game I got. This is not another 50 plus game, 50 plus hour game I gotta beat. Like, bro.
Where the player plays as an envoy sent by the Emperor of Adir to the Living Lands to investigate a mysterious plague that's kind of spreading throughout the lands, causing chaos, and you play as the envoy trying to figure out what's kind of going on down there. Do things that affect it in positive ways, negative ways, or in between type of ways, with that type of choice and consequence. In terms of, the post-launch things we've been supporting on it, like we've gotten a bunch of abilities added to the ranger and fighter trees to kind of more fill it out comparatively to the wizard tree. Aspects about it that are like arachnophobia mode, that was like a big community requested feature, as well as, changes to progression, improvements there, gear improvements, and as well as bug fixes and crash fixes.
And you can play now as the different species.
Yeah, we've added different species.
Yeah.
The Amauin, Orlins, and Dwarves are now
Phobia
playable.
mode.
A lot of our decisions we make are revolving around the player community, so we work, really closely with our community management team. We get like a spreadsheet, kind of see what the things that are bubbling to the top. Like an example, like quarterstaff was something where we wanted to feel like more like a wizard, right? That kind of wizardy vibe, as well as playing as Orlins. Like I think players just were bummed that we didn't include that in the base game. So I mean, it really comes down to like the time and what the community wants,
Bro,
and
I'm
that's kind of how we
phobic, bro.
decide to go about it. Yeah.
We notice like players really roleplay their characters in the game, so we always want to give them as many options as we can to like customize their features or character, to kind of have this fantasy in this world. As they journey through the story, we just wanted to give them as many possible options as
Did
they
you get
can
far in this
to
game,
really
Evolve?
make the
far
character
enough.
they want to make, and just make
Bro, me
it
either, 'cause,
just
bro,
their own. Stuff
too
like
many games is coming out.
all the
Too
playable
many,
races.
like, bro.
We discussed it early on. In
I'm
Avowed.
playing
It's
Outer
something
Worlds right now.
To both previous
I still have to play.
games
I
had.
still gotta beat
It's
Avowed. I still
a
gotta
lot of
beat
work and
Dragon's
a
Dogma
difficult
2.
thing to really nail down,
Like,
especially in Avowed. With
And
its
then the
parkour
Oblivion
systems
remake.
and
Oh my
its
god.
combat mechanics and all the weapon types and stuff like that in the game. Our different races are different sizes. They're different shapes. They're a very unique game experience when you play as each one of them in a first-person game specifically. So it was something like new to Wrangle for Avowed. We had no time to finish it, as we're making Avowed, and now we can give it to the players, so it's a more rounded experience compared to the original.
I ain't gonna lie, that dwarf
It
was
should be a
running
whole
slow as
new
hell.
way to play the game. If you pick an Orlin or an Amawa, it makes you feel completely different in the world, especially if you use third person or first person. It changes it again, how you feel and present in this game. So it's pretty awesome that we can finally bring that.
New Game Plus allows the player to bring over all their abilities, all their equipable gear. It does reset it back to level 1, so it's not like you're just outright OP basically, but you'll have the end game gear with all its like enchants to be able to just start the new game, as well as we have like modifiers on enemies that kind of either make them more resistant to some of the elemental types, or modifiers that make them more resistant to being stun locked or hit reacted. And that kind of gets sprinkled in kind of somewhat randomly throughout that New Game Plus experience to kind of get that added challenge, but also let the player still feel somewhat like they're accumulating their abilities over the course of multiple playthroughs. So.
We notice players like to take photos of their envoys, but it's very difficult in the game. You have to get the camera just right to get a certain distance from the character, or capture the shot in a conversation when you see your character. So this allows you to really get into it and capture some awesome shots or some scary shots, depending which way you're going.
We're super excited to announce that Avowed's finally going to come out to PS5. Pre-orders are going to be live today.
Avowed on PS5.
Keep an eye out on our socials, and we'll announce when the store page is open.
Avowed free $99 on PS5?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. If people that own PS5 have somebody that they know that got that game, like, bro, like niggas don't even gotta sell the game. Oh, hey, I'll rent it to you
set in a
for like
gigantic
$50.
City park.
You
You play as
feel
a
me, like,
teenager
bro?
who has been shrunken to roughly the size of an ant, and you just have to survive in this environment with insects that are the size of a bus, and figuring out how to eat and get some water and fight those bugs and craft new materials and new weapons. As you go and gain in power and get over those initial survival challenges, you can sort of get into the story of what has really happened in this park. A number of huge updates planned for the park. This is the first big
I
content
still haven't
update
played
we
Grounded
have.
2.
We've been calling
I'm
it
just
the
waiting
winter
for the full
update.
release.
It's really about adding in this next big chunk to the park, and that comes with a lot of things that are very, very exciting for us.
I already missed
with this winter update,
the launch,
which is
so there's no
the
point
community
of me
garden,
jumping in
is
now.
attached right to that early picnic area. On the map, it's just to the east of it, behind the gigantic statue of Tully and Burgle. This was our opportunity to really start delving into a brand new biome with everything that entailed. You've got a vegetable garden, you've got a greenhouse, and you've
Like
got
a holiday
pumpkin
update
patch.
more than a winter
All of
update.
these introduce a lot of new and different types of artwork and places for the player to explore. And then, of course, we need all the insects that go in these areas too. And so a ton of new insects that are in there. As I love to say, all of these insects, you can fight. Maybe they're docile and you can attack them. Many of them are aggressive and will attack you. And regardless, you fight them, learn their tactics, and then eventually turn them into fashionable attire and new weapons.
Going to a new biome, a new area in the park allows us to fully lean into what makes the park unique from the backyard. And for us, that means that mixture of really organic structures as well as that man-made touch, that this was designed by humans at human level.
Wasps are coming back, which are a lot of fun to fight, but can be kind of annoying. Again, this is a survival game, so so excited about those things coming back. Black ants are also coming back too, and like with both of those, you get sets of armor and different weapons that you can craft after you've defeated these creatures. We're more excited about the new creatures that are coming in the garden update, though. So we developed a brand new creature in the cricket. The cricket is pretty big. Again, this is the size of a large bus, probably. It has some very unique attack combinations that are a lot of fun. It can also, of course, jump very, very far. It has its own armor sets. It has its own weapon or weapons that you can craft.
Okay,
based
the game
on
ain't
it. And the same
fully
thing
out.
for,
The game ain't fully out. They
Earwig.
added
We
shit,
actually have
right?
two different
But
types of
are they
Earwig.
gonna
There's
keep
sort of a
little
ranged
small
Earwig
secrets
and
for us to
melee
find
Earwig
out? Like, you
that
feel me?
tend to
Like,
travel
bro,
around
or are they
and
just
then
gonna
work
tell us
with
about
the
everything that
player with their
in the last
strategic
update.
opportunities.
At least that's what they do with Grounded 1.
Because like that's another thing with game companies, bro. They be showing too much sometimes, bro. Like let some shit be a surprise for the gamers.
Some exciting and unique combat.
You feel me? Like I want to be surprised while I play a game, and not just by the story. I don't want to only be surprised by the story. I want to be surprised by like what I see.
Area. We've revamped the
what
combat,
I find and
so
what I
that
see
means
and shit
even
like
looking at the old legacy creatures and going, okay, how do we make them a part of the system? How do we make them challenging in this new dance? How can we leverage our systems to make them more interesting? And so hopefully there's a couple of twists coming, even with the old favorites, that will keep veteran players on their toes and will surprise and delight new players.
We have a brand new buggy.
Surprise and delight.
Ladybug buggy, which you'll be able to get and raise and hatch, and then ride around in the yard. And we're pretty excited about all that stuff. Like, I think all of it is coming together just really well.
I think every single Grounded player from Grounded 1 at some point jumped on the Ladybug and let it transport them around. And we often joke that that was the original buggy prototype. And there's something so iconic about the Ladybug and getting on it and wanting to ride it that it felt like an inevitability for us. But what's important for us whenever we do introduce a new buggy is we don't want it to just be another one or just a horse, you know? And so it really boiled down to what can the Ladybuggy bring to the table that the other ones weren't? What can make her stand apart and bring a utility and an experience to the player?
Do they also have the fake ladybugs in the game?
The ladybirds?
Carve out her own little niche in the game.
Yeah, the fake,
the black and red with like black body, red spots.
Get into those really tough fights and withstand.
I saw something that wasn't one of those, but it wasn't a ladybug either, but it looked like a ladybug.
On her back, and you know, players being able to shoot at their enemies, and that ended up, you know, providing a ton of gameplay opportunities and a really unique experience. Being able to shoot down the aerial insects that are often a bit more challenging.
Hopefully the full game comes out.
Players. Well, now you have this, you know, ranged weapon that you can take them down with.
This year,
that feels super satisfying, almost like an anti.
And they're not going to be in early access for 2 years.
Crack that, it felt like, okay, there she is. That's her niche, and now it's just about bringing that experience to life and finding moments in the garden experience to really highlight that and let that shine for the player.
So we saw
again,
about
where are these interviews at? It's just the person talking,
New Game Plus coming,
and then the guy just staring.
Bro, you don't hear the questions that they ask these niggas at all.
Races, which species, Lua will have a lot of fun with.
Yeah, they're doing a lot. And
nigga, what
the
interview?
game, of course, launched earlier this year. Obsidian's been very busy, yeah, and they're doing these free updates now, and so they also are adding New Game Plus, which
I'm already getting these damn political fucking text messages.
So the game is coming to PS5.
We got another one.
What?
Platinum trophy.
Bro, you know these niggas. Oh, Randy, we need your support
Oh,
for blah 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 bullshit. I'm like, get the fuck out of here.
Right now?
Going live, so right now, so check it out. And when I talked to them, they were saying how important the community is to them, how they've listened to a lot of their feedback, like adding Arachnophobia mode and
Grounded.
Like
a burner phone, because like,
yeah, there's
like your main phone
mode.
Gotta be a burner phone because like
that's kind of their driving force.
Like
is
the
looking
government
at the
just be
community,
selling your
community
information
saying,
to everybody, bro.
like, hey, we'd like more species and
companies
more
too.
customization options in Character Builder. Okay, we'll do that, and it's just really nice to see them do that. They could put it in a paid package, but they're not. They're just, you know, it's a labor of love, and that's.
I really like how, as you're going to New Game Plus, you can also change your character's appearance. So you keep some of your skills and stuff, but if you are tired of how your character looks or you want to do something new, try a different race, you can do that by just going to New Game Plus. You don't need to go back to the beginning.
Besides that, we also had Grounded 2, which is bringing the Garden of Brook Hollow Park that is now going to be open. So it's a new biome. They have new creatures, new tools, a new mushroom brick material that you can build more stuff with, and also a new ladybug buggy. A
lady buggy.
So sweet.
For those of you watching, it's a play on word.
Allow me to explain.
Ladybug E because you can mount it and ride it like a buggy.
Yeah, and speaking of the listening community, they also take a lot of feedback. This is a game that launched back into early access back in July, and so this is a major winter update is what they're calling it, and it was heavily requested to have more types of transport, which they are still planning more for the future that people can be excited about, but they always listen to feedback about, you know, should an insect be an enemy? Should an insect be what they call, you know, is it docile or docile? I'm from Iowa.
Whatever you
Tomatoes,
prefer.
tomatoes.
Yeah,
That's the second time this nigga just said,
I'm friendly, some
is
can
it
be
blah, blah,
enemies,
blah,
and
is
of
it
course
blah,
they can
blah,
also
I'm
treat
from
them as
Iowa.
transporters.
Nigga, what does that have to do with anything?
I'm not looking at you. And so with this update, they're doing this throughout a lot of the timeline. They're going to give you a lot of these big updates, and you're going to be kind of surprised of like when it first released early access, there was still plenty to do. It was a survival game, but if you were a fan of Grounded, the original, you knew they were still going to have a great winter update for you like this. And so they have a lot on their roadmap, but because of the way the game is oddly like scaled down, you know, it's from Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, like the way it's shrunk down, they have so much they still want to do and will be doing for a long, long time.
Well, and that cricket.
Yeah, the cricket thing looks
that thing's
terrifying.
horrifying. It turns around and like.
You're like, wait, what's he doing? What's he doing?
Spreading. I gotta give them credit. Like Obsidian's been so crazy busy. Like the fact that you can put out 2 pretty sizable games in 1 year and a bunch of updates for it.
And it seemed like they were cooking something huge, right? Because
yeah, they just had Tim Kaine come back out of retirement. He's one of the creators of Fallout back in the day, and he
didn't he also was some of the original creators of Vampire Bloodlines?
I think he did.
I think so. Yeah.
Yes.
He's kind of a legend of the industry. He in 2020 went and started doing consulting work with Obsidian, but he was, in his words, semi-retired. But he's actually gone back to Obsidian to work full-time in office. Moved to the studio on some project that's unannounced, and he said, "Don't bother guessing. You will not guess it." So
we cooking.
New IP,
They're cooking. Something cooking, bro.
crazy.
I'm tired of them saying
He's trying to throw
bro.
us off.
No,
But nobody is letting that boy grandmama cook though.
Stuff because
bro, stop using the word cook.
The TV
Use
show
a
being
different
excellent
word.
and
If you're not doing it in the name of the base guide, don't use cook.
Bro, they need to stop using the word cook, bro.
Next up, we have 3 fantasy
Chat,
RPG games that
are
are
we
looking
cooked?
very cool, as I would say. This is going to be Hour 2
we're
from
gonna
Nine
use
Dot
Fried
Studio, a follow-up to their
and bacon.
other survival
They
game,
bacon
Hour,
now.
obviously. We have
It's
Baron's
ba-
Call
bacon
by
over
Titan
here.
Rock, and then we also have Dragon Twin by Draconic
What's up?
Interactive.
Like, switch it up. I'm tired of hearing cook. I mean, not cook. People
Alright,
cooking
let's
this
see what
shit.
the fuck. Okay, whatever this was, that looked cool.
I got a little bit
Hour
of
2.
haterade.
Okay, hold on.
I got a little haterade in me right now. You feel me?
Child from a prophecy.
I actually liked the first
You're
game,
just a dude or a
even though that shit was hard
and
as
the
hell.
reason why we are downscaling who the player is because they want to be immersed more than they want to be powerful, and that was.
Or
the
any
big
of these
change in
co-op
our
except for
approach.
I already know what's
Outward
going on.
1 was co-op.
To be in alignment with.
So
this
I'm
vision.
hoping
If you were
Outward
just a regular
Outward
Did you just
2.
say
you want to
downscaling?
think like a human would, but in a fantasy world. It's when you are aloof, when you're just like, that's not so dangerous, I've done it before. And that's when life just snaps back at you, right? In real life, that's like that. It should be like that in the design as well. So one gigantic thing is the character creation. In Outward 1, like we had very ugly protagonists. And we didn't have a lot of options. You know, you had like 3 skin colors, a handful of faces, a handful of haircuts, and that was it. It feels like really drawing yourself into an RPG. You choose a background, you choose traits, you have a very granular system to modify and customize your character to your liking. One of the big thing is you choose one of 3 starting locations. So as a regular person, what justifies throwing yourself into danger? How do you become an adventurer? Well, we have 3 different quests depending on which city you choose. So if you are in Simeon's Bastion, you are a homeless person, you're desperate. In Tramontaine, you are a miner and you're trying to like improve your status and your quality of life. In Haboob, you are just a clerk who just bought a house. What could possibly go wrong? You know, and very mundane situations, like you're not special or anything, but something special happens to you, and then you have to live up to the situation. We want a weather system that is very dynamic. So now we have a year-long calendar with seasons, and you just go through all that. So it's going to be winter, and then it's spring, and then summer, and does change like what kind of stuff can be found, what kind of armor you need to wear. Dual wielding is gigantic. So now you can combine anything that goes in one hand, and that opens up a lot of possibilities. In Outfit 1, like you had your offhand, could only have a set amount of things.
It seems
and you
kind of
had your
cool.
main hand. Now you can just
I like the
interchange. You can
concept
have
of
two
him
shields
saying
if you
like
want.
you're
It
just a
sucks.
normal
I don't
person and then
recommend
something
it. But you
spectacular
can.
happens to you
Of course,
instead of
like
you being a
just
spectacular
visually and
person.
the fact
I'm
that
like,
it's much more.
people need to expand more on that aspect of.
That's basically how the first one was. Like, you were
just like an
nothing, and you
like,
would just
bro,
get
like-
bodied.
And all those skill trees have some
like
exclusive
say
skills,
for
so if you
instance
pick
you're
one,
not the main
can't pick the
character,
other, and
but
you have a
somebody
maximum of
around
3
you ends up
breakthrough
becoming the
points.
main
So there's
character,
only
but they're
3 skill
stupid, so you
trees
have to
that
manage
can
what
be
like
learned from
it's like almost
to the
like
maximum
Pokemon. You got to tell them to
abilities,
do the
otherwise
attacks
you
that
have
they
the
know
first
or whatever,
2 layers
and you have to
of
hide
skills
behind them
built.
because
One
they're
thing
the
we
main
added
character,
were,
but
are
you're
the
also the main
attribute
character,
points
but
with
not
the
really.
core stats,
Like
so strength, agility,
that shit would be sick.
constitution, willpower, intelligence. We added those. We're gonna track a lot of different things that you do. They're all gonna have like different thresholds. So let's say you dodge attacks successfully a certain number of times, you unlock a node that will give you a passive trait and increase your agility. So very small incremental changes. We start with very simple things and it expands us in more and more circles. So you won't be able from the very start to unlock all 3 skill trees just because you have the cash to do it. You will have to have experience. You will need to have practiced the life of danger in Ori to be able to understand, like get to the next level of the skill trees. Other than that, well, I think it's important to note that all 4 regions are new regions, so it's really just completely new environment to explore.
Today we're going to be taking a deep dive into our upcoming action RPG, Varen's Call. The world of Leda is entirely shrouded by darkness on one side, while scorched by endless sun on the other. These incredibly hostile areas are known as the Forsaken Realms, which, as you may have noticed, is the name of the universe we are meticulously crafting. Your first steps within the Forsaken Realms will take you to the Vale of Varen, a city on the brink of collapse, and the first of our narrative-focused adventures. You'll step into the boots of a lone mercenary, seeking to answer Varen's call for aid, and maybe earn some gold and glory along the way. It's clear that Varen needs a hero, and every hero needs a way to slay the countless fantastical beasts they'll encounter. Varen's Call aims to cater to a wide range of playstyles, offering you the freedom to combat the unknown in a variety of ways. Whether you prefer to be a nimble-footed archer, flinging fireballs between arrows, or face your foes toe-to-toe as an axe-wielding whirlwind of death,
like
the choice is yours.
a more janky version
The game's classless system
of
means you're never locked
RuneScape
into playing
Dragon
a
Wilds.
specific way. You have the ability to
say that.
adapt,
It looks like
alter,
that
or
RuneScape
completely
shit.
switch playstyles midway through your
Like
adventure.
it's stiff.
Unlock and
Yeah.
spend perk points to
The
obtain
game
new
is too
skills and abilities,
stiff.
and level up your mercenary's core stats by gaining character experience. Hidden chests throughout the world will reward you with a range of weapons, armor, and unique trinkets, some providing unique effects to help you gain an edge in your next combat encounter. The local hamlet of South Vale acts as a hub, a safe space that provides various amenities for you to further develop your character. Use the forge to upgrade the weapons and armor you find throughout the world, and the dismantling bench to deconstruct items for materials. The spell crafting table can be used to increase the power of your magic. Everything from an area of effect freeze attack that stops the enemy in their tracks, to ripping up the ground from underneath their feet with destructive force. Use the trap making bench to
Yo, any of these
upgrade
games
and unlock new
$3.99,
traps
and I ain't
gadgets.
talking about Game Pass,
Nice
bro.
complement to your arsenal, allowing you the opportunity to catch your enemies off guard.
I hate to break it to you.
And finally, the Alchemy Cauldron.
Because, bro, a lot of
This
these
can be used
games
to
I'm
custom
probably
brew
not
a
gonna buy
multitude of
because I'm like,
mixtures, from
they're probably
replenishing
not
health
worth
and
me
restoring
spending
stamina
money.
to curing yourself of nasty status effects. These concoctions are sure to aid you on your journey. Okay, great. So you've equipped that shiny new helmet, purchased that slightly overpriced magic spell you always had your eyes on, and upgraded that new Polybuster barrel to the volatile variant that has even more boom.
Huh?
You're ready to get back into the fight, but maybe you want a change of pace. Yes, you're supposed to be the hero and save the city, but heroes need breaks too. Besides, there's a whole world to explore, and quirky characters from all walks of life need your help with their problems.
Then you've come about the job.
You might find yourself involved in a murder mystery, helping a local peacekeeper catch the criminal behind the death of her beloved friend. Or maybe you're on a mission to rid Varin of the Gnomi scourge that plagues the city, all because a crazy guy in an outhouse called you a hero.
Bro, did I tell you that I play Palia, bro?
Yeah, you did.
Maybe we should stick to the
Game
main
was
task
ass,
at hand after
bro.
all.
I'm kind of getting Palia,
Varin's
but I
Call
don't
is
know
soon to
why.
release on PC
Like, not
with
art
full
style
controller
wise,
support,
but like,
with the aim of releasing on consoles at a later date. Our game is
or
inspired
like,
by
or
classics
like
like
early,
Fable and the Elder
Inspired
Scrolls.
by Fable and Elder
Sounds like you're kind of
Scrolls.
adventurous,
Nigga, weird.
early
over to Steam and
Fable
adding it to your
1.
wish list.
Exactly,
Like, I'm
Fable
getting
1.
Fable 1, bro.
Until then,
Palia
see you
/
mercenaries
Fable 1, but like it's like Palia, but you can actually fight. Like, bro, like this game is too stiff. This game looks like it's for children, low key. Like for the whole family, bro. I don't want no for the whole family on the game,
I
bro.
wouldn't say that, but it just don't look developed enough.
Yeah. Developed and mature enough for my liking. That game about being a dragon?
You're flying the dragon, or
Yeah,
you're riding on the dragon.
But that's all it's about, riding on the dragon, right?
It looked like it. It looks pretty. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good on this. I want Dragonborn.
You mean Scalebound?
Scalebound, that's a good dragon. Yeah, Scalebound. I mean, shout out to all the people that like dragons and want to fly around as a dragon, burning people up. Cool. Like him standing on a dragon like this is reminding me of like Dragon's Dogma for the first time, even though you're just on the dragon that you're fighting. But I just feel like this game is giving me on a boat vibes, bro. Like I don't want to be flying for too long.
I'm on a boat.
6 out of 10, too much flying.
First question I had was, how hard is this game going to be? Because the most common question about
Twin
the
or
original
Dragon
Word
Twine?
was, okay, this is
Twine.
like, does it have
supposed
to
to
be
be
so
E at
hard?
the end?
I actually got to play the game in the alpha version, and I got my ass kicked.
I'm glad.
Deserved.
But it's actually amazing. Like I actually really enjoyed it because exploring this game felt very rewarding, and there's like a camping system, so you can camp like right outside like the enemy zone, and then you prepare like your weapons and everything to wreck the enemy, because if you don't prepare, oh, you're in trouble.
It's known to be a very, very hardcore survival, and when I was talking to Guillaume, he was like, if you die, it is likely your fault. And we all heard him say, like, it's not hard, but it is demanding, and they always at all times want to live up to those words, which is really awesome. And they will have a pack mule, which he said, of course, shocker, can die if you don't take care of it.
Of course.
But it's, one of the big struggles was with inventory and spacing along other struggles that players had to really try and, play out this game. Like you were saying earlier, you can't dilly-dally in this game. You have to really know what you're going to do, and eventually you'll get a hang of things. But another big one was dual wielding. So you can dual wield, he says, anything in the game. You can even double shield it up, which he says is not recommended. He really loves to stress all of this.
My mount could die. Hey,
Like you can sprain your ankle, you can
Oh
perforate a lung.
Trauma.
She has clearly sprained. You can sprain her.
I also got brain damage.
You can have a concussion. It will all impact you, and all of these ailments like take different lengths of time to recover from.
I got a concussion in game as well. It was really tough.
As well.
What were you doing? What were you doing out of game?
It was kind. No, it was just kind of like a play on, because whenever I told people I got a concussion, brain damage in game, a lot of people in my chat would say like in game.
Sounds like the most hardcore of hardcore survivals.
It was really fun, and you can also play with friends, and then things become a lot more bearable.
They've showed the split screen.
Yes,
and it
you
looks
can play
awesome.
split screen with your friends, and it's really nice. Especially because then, like, you get beaten up, and then your friends get beaten up, so and then you know.
can get digital concussions together.
Yeah.
Next up, we have Forsaken Realms, Baron's Call. We were all sitting here saying it looks incredible.
It looks sick.
Most importantly, controllers. I can play that one.
I was trying to put my finger on what like the vibe was, and at the very end of the trailer, they say inspired by games like Fable. They really struck an interesting vibe. It seems like it's got a lot of soul and heart in it.
We've talked about music a lot today. I just want to say that was something I noticed right there. That flute, there's something about a flute. When a flute starts playing,
When the
in a
flute
fantasy
started,
game,
yeah,
dude.
When the flute started playing, he was like, "Oh my god,
I'm ready to go to war."
No, the game looks really nice. It looks very well detailed, and I can't wait to try it.
They angled it that like, hey, you can do this thing. You can really focus on combat and the main quest line, the main story, but this is also an expansive world where there are a bunch of little side stories where you can go to these individual side characters and like help them catch their chicken.
Listening to
Yeah,
a flute.
or
What
mystery
about
or whatever it
horns,
is,
bro?
and I feel like that's what builds out a world
The
and makes it
horns
feel
are
more
always for
full.
war.
So I think it looks great. Third, we had Dragon Twin. I don't even know if we're.
Let's ride!
Dude, you can make your own dragon. There's a character creator for your dragon.
Did you see the neck customizer? I mean, like Jake was like.
To be fair, is very early in production. They're working on all these systems for Dragonflight, and as they mentioned
Bro,
in the
just-
trailer,
just
it's still
imagine-
work in
just
progress.
imagine
They're,
them playing
finding the game
the-
and what
the,
it's going to be based on funding,
Sunday
Patreon
or
support,
Friday
things
night
like
football
that, but,
theme
I
with
mean, just,
flutes instead of
like,
horns.
Imagining
That
the
shit would
vision
be
of a
so
kingdom builder, where,
ass.
like you're in command of dragons,
Nah, that
like
shit sound
Khaleesi.
wild.
Like,
Oh, it is
it
called
just
Dragon
into my
Twin.
veins. It's another one of those games I didn't know I needed or
The
wanted.
football anthem with
Never
flutes
even came across your mind. You're like, wait.
sound better than
You see, and
horns.
you're like, of course.
Of course I need
Awesome.
that.
You know?
I
That shit was
can't wait to
hard.
see how it progresses
Horns were
because
way
it already
harder.
looks
Pause, no diddy.
amazing.
But they left the combat pretty open-ended. Like we saw some battle
Yes.
scenes, we saw some light with other dragons maybe fighting, and how that's going to come into play. I'm really curious
The
about.
movement, I mean, you're gonna get some Battlefield
The,
pilots.
It's so cinematic,
the cinematic
man.
shots you're gonna get with that dragon is gonna be crazy.
Next up, we have some exclusive content coming from Munfish,
Okay,
a
Atomic Heart.
comparison of the twins
That's-
from Atomic
that's the
Heart.
last-
Now
as soon
in the
as we
cube,
see
a very
both of the
exciting game I think
Atomic
we're all
Heart
looking
games,
forward to, and
I'm
from
out.
Atomic Heart, some new
I'm out.
screenshots
I'm out
from
of
their
this.
DLC number 4. On top of that, there is
The
also
Cube.
Immortal Gates of Pyre that
Yeah,
we
the
had an
Cube
incredible
and-
Oh,
interview
so they're
with
doing
Arctic
like three.
hosted,
They're doing
where we
three
talk a little
games
bit
at a
about
time. Then they're
the
talking.
making
That's
Yeah,
of
that's
the
what I'm
game,
saying.
people behind it,
No
and
wonder.
RTS in general.
Not gonna lie, it don't look like that gun is really kicking like it should be kicking, my boy. It looked like he was pushing the gun backwards and forward. Is that robot his wife or some shit? I forgot how the game. I forgot how the end of the game ended.
Oh, this is the DLC, the final DLC.
For the first game?
Yeah. Nah, show me Atomic Heart 2.
Is it recording?
Yeah, it is.
It's in the sky, a giant cube.
This is the multiplayer game. This is what I really want to see.
I barely believe it myself.
What, number 2 is gonna be multiplayer?
No, there's a number 2 single player game and a multiplayer game.
You know, I felt that same fear, though. A terrible sense of my own powerlessness.
Are they trying to copy the
What
ring
else,
from
dude?
fucking?
They
What up, what up?
showing Atomic Heart, the
How did the
Cube, the
whole of
multiplayer game right
humanity
now. But
And
this
did
is
we
the New
actually
Game Plus
resonate?
showcase,
What if the
and it's
cube
Bro,
been
they-
pretty fucking
they on some
ass.
revealed itself?
They on some
What
Halo
if it
shit with
was
this
always
cube,
there,
bro.
And we've only just started
Yeah,
to
it's
see
like the
it?
Halo rings, except as a
Yeah,
cube.
like the ring. Exactly.
But I'm so excited for this shit.
Hey, why you cheeked up, girl?
I mean,
Hey, they love showing cheeks. What is going on? Too much, too much.
what is happening? What in the hell?
Is this a benchmark? What is this?
They not even gonna show Atomic Heart 2?
Not
So
gonna lie,
That's a
Immortal
bit.
Pizza Fire is an attempt
just
to
keep on
modernize
giving
and
people
make more
room to
accessible
make some more rule,
the
rule
RTS
34,
genre
bro.
while simultaneously keeping all of the complexity and the opportunities for
Nah,
mastery.
it's
that have
showing
made
some new
RTS so
games,
popular over the
but
years. So it's
it
I
has
would
not
refer
been
to it
hidden,
as a
bro.
Blizzard style RTS.
Like,
the fast
this is a
action,
new
big
game,
battles, very tactical.
but
Like how many?
kind of
Like
very
we
rapid
what?
fire
How many
chess.
games
We
they showed right
realized
now?
that
Like probably like
RTS,
15.
in part
yeah,
because
they
it
show
was
like 15
dominated
out
by
of
a few
45.
And only like
never
and only
really
like
went
3 or
through
4 of them
the
really
kind of
been
indie transformation.
really
They
been
keep on
something
talking.
new,
Some of the
new and
companies
good.
that
Like
tried to do so
They keep on
did so by
talking after
stripping away
every 3
features or
games, and it's
losing
annoying as
some
shit.
of the things that really made RTS great. In the early days,
Bro.
we surveyed a lot of
And then, yeah,
players
the
in
interview,
both
they're only
MOBA
showing one side
and
of it.
RTS communities, and found that
Like,
they
what's the
really
point
loved
of
the
having them?
fantasy
Like,
of
bro,
commanding
what's
an
the point of
army.
having them
RTS,
all
at
together
the end
talking
of the
about
day,
this
if
shit?
you were to strip
They
it
could
all
have
away,
just
it's
showed us
you're commanding an army and other
the
guys
interview,
commanding an army in
the
real
full
time.
interview. Kept
Right.
that little
Because
talking
you
on the
get
couch
individual
bullshit
unit
to the
control,
side,
it
and
can
then
be
just
very
have them at the
overwhelming
couch at
because
the
you're also
end
building
talking.
those units
You
because
feel
you're
me? Like,
building a
bro,
base because
like
you're
these niggas don't know how
having
to
to
structure
do so
shit.
much macroing along with the microing
It's their first time. I'm gonna give them a
that for most
pass.
players it
This
just
is their
gets
first show,
overwhelming and complicated. And so
but
we worked
yeah,
through it
they gotta
kind of
fix
line
this
by
shit
line,
next year.
trying to figure out what are
100%.
the rote tasks, what are the things that players are required to do that are not really
All that extra
decisions,
talking
that are more
on the
just
couch could have been
chores,
at the end, bro.
right? And how do we make more and more of the complexity in the game, but optional, opt-in? We refer to it as opt-in complexity. And then simultaneously, how do we create a world
The Game
of
Awards
experiences
is
and
right
game
around the
modes that
corner.
people
They ain't
wanna be a
take
part of? We
inspiration
want
to how to
take this genre and
structure
show
this
people
through-
this genre
from-
isn't dead.
from the
People
Game
want
Awards,
this fantasy.
bro,
They
like-
want this experience. A lot of it has to do with things like the UI and the UX, the unit design, and a lot of that opt-in complexity. So, for example, in most RTSs, you always have to be building workers. If you're not building workers, you're falling behind on your economy and you're screwed. The correct move, with very
It's
few
a little bit of
exceptions,
both.
is
It's
to
a little
build
bit
a
of new
worker every
games.
chance you get. So we made that automated.
A little bit of
And like
on the
updates to old
if you want to
games.
turn it off, you
CRT and
can.
stuff like
So if you're
that.
trying to do a specific timing attack, you can, but we took that complexity away. One of the other things is how in MOBAs
We
you have a
definitely did not
unified
see anything
command
Witcher.
card, right? All of the abilities and castable
I think somebody
abilities
said
on
something
your
about
hero
The Witcher.
are easy to reach.
No, that was
You hit all of those
the
buttons
first
very quickly
in the first
on one hand.
3
We
games they showed
redesigned
off
the UI
Blood of the
UX
Dawnwalker,
to be the same
and
way.
that's
So you
from
can
some of
select your
the
whole
Witcher
army
3
with one button
developers.
by default, and
Yeah.
then all of the abilities, castable
they ain't talking
abilities
about
of
Witcher
your army are
itself.
also on that one unified command card. One of the things that people often tell us is that when they watch our game, it looks like an RTS, but when they play it, it almost plays more like a MOBA in terms of how they're commanding their army. Our early idea was if we bring the top, 10 modders within generally the strategy gaming space, if we bring them all together and we say, if we were to come together and build a game that truly is the next generation of RTS, what does it look like? And that's what
Not
we set
gonna
out to
lie.
do. The 1v1
Bro,
or
there's only
2v2
one mobile game I'm gonna
PvP
play, and that's
experiences,
that.
they're similar
that,
to a StarCraft or a StarCraft 2.
Dragon Ball game I got on my Switch.
We did
That's the
redesign
only
the
mobile
maps
game I
and
ever
we
touched.
redesigned the mechanics in a way that 2v2 is actually really, really fun. It's a core support gameplay mode. And players, including pro players, have actually really enjoyed doing 2v2 tournaments. But the ultimate goal is to destroy the enemy's town centers, and so it's kind of a tactical back and forth with counters and strategic snipings and using immortal abilities in clever ways. So it's great for mastery and laddering and skill gain. Ultimately, or at least the goal, is to have other PvP modes that are more casual or more playful, kind of some chaos modes, auto battler modes, things like that, where if you just have 10 minutes and you want to have a beer while doing it, and you want to do something that's a bit strategic, but you don't want to get that sweaty, we want to have those experiences too. That's a big part of the target market that we're looking at, is people that like to be challenged mentally, but don't necessarily want to try to do the crazy APM and don't want to get too invested in the competition. We want to do a full grand campaign. The inspiration for how we kind of want, or how we see the ideal campaign, if we can build it, is very similar to Dark Crusade. It's a grand campaign. You can be kind of any of these different
Have you played the Dragon
factions
Ball mobile game?
and conquering
Yeah, me and
territory
Spitta
and
played it,
building
and
new and
then we
unique
got off
stories.
immediately.
Jeez, you don't like that,
One
huh?
of the better trailers that I think we all saw back around SGF.
Yeah, not our new trailer that we're showing with
No,
this. Of
I
course,
didn't.
the twin
I rather play
comparison is
League.
new, which is very cool to see the twins for the first time in this universe, if you like Atomic Heart. But the trailer itself for the Cube, nothing new.
The potential for that game is like unmatched. It is a
They're
crazy
so
concept.
good at cinematics, and also just like the concept of playing a game like that with the map constantly changing, the biomes changing. It like breaks my brain to think about, but in a fun way. I think.
Like different terrains, different
Bro,
weather.
OGs are just gonna call it.
They show that sliding
Call
clip
it
where
a
she's sliding,
Halo
and then
bomb.
as the cube is
Like,
apparently
bro,
rotating, we don't know how that mechanic even works with the
Well, I'm
map.
assuming you can fall off. Like if you fall
You
off,
just
the
trying to
map,
be
you
Halo
just-
Reach.
like,
That's
that's
all.
actually
Or get
dead.
crushed.
And
by
they've
the
taken
rotation,
so many
you know?
gameplay mechanics already. We saw from
Shit,
that
if
short trailer, we saw
only
wall
fucking
running,
Halo
saw
would
just,
make
like,
a
traditional
game
gunplay.
The
with-
other cool part to me is
with
that it
a
is
lobby
set in
full
a
of
universe that people have
players,
already
and
been
you
a
gotta
part of.
survive
So
on
very-
Halo.
On the Halo, and then the hit
Can you
like
explain it?
like
a
the
little bit?
Halo,
kind
the
of
Halo.
it is Soviet Russia.
Like it
in
has
an
three
alternate
parts. It has three
timeline
parts, and
where
it
they've
slides like
mastered
all three
robotics,
parts
but
slide,
then
just like
there's,
this
like,
fucking
evil
cube
robots.
shit.
And in terms of vibe, it's kind of
Like so, you got to be careful. Like what side you're on. It'll take
And what's
you
interesting is
somewhere
that
else
from
on
the
on
original
Halo, like,
game
that
Atomic
shit would be
Heart,
lit.
one of the
Nah,
primary
I
things
just
people
want a
loved about it
survival
were, like,
game
the boss
on Halo.
fights, and then like the outdoor
It's still gonna be a
environments and the art
survival game.
direction. And that is just the cube. And then they're adding in this multiplayer component as well, with like it seems like PvE elements with bosses that you'll fight against together as the cube rotates. I can't wait to find out more.
I love how open-ended they are. Mundfish are like, we are all curious because we don't know the exact direction they're going and where it could end up. And I was trying to pinpoint like what game I was looking at, because we are gonna flow into Atomic Heart, and I love that tie between those worlds. But I honestly saw a piece of like the finals and the first destructibility and cube movement we saw when the finals first released. There was something about that aesthetic that I also saw, and I was like, okay, now I'm instantly locked back into this.
The DLCs people love. There's already Atomic Heart 1 and 2. This is their fourth and final DLC for Atomic Heart. And when we saw the trailer, we saw the screenshots, it adds new environments and it looks good.
Yeah.
You know? Then the third game on our list with that one was Immortal Gates of Pyre by Sunspear. Jake, you had a great conversation with Ian.
My boy Ian. It's a game that's been in development for a long time. We're gonna probably
Wait,
talk
did
about
you
how
just
it's a
say
group of
1 and
modders,
2
and so
and
they've
then
hired a lot of
skip to
modders, and they
4?
have that
Like,
DNA
what-
for this game and a lot of the concepts they want to plan out
What
for the
was 3
future.
then?
They've had hands on this for almost 10
What
years,
was the
but they've
third
been
DLC
working
for
hard on
Atomic
it
Heart?
for about 5.
said
is what
1
they
and
would
2,
tell you.
and then he said
And
4.
they really want to try and combat. As
That
we
was
all
it?
know, like the
That's the
RTS
tweet?
genre is really hard to get into
what?
because
High barrier of entry.
I agree, because it's like you see these games and you know RTS games and you're like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to work on micro, macro, and all those movements per second and whatnot. And they want to try and combat the pillars that have already established themselves in the RTS genre. We know Age of Empires, but we also know StarCraft is the one that people kind of go to. And he was saying they've had these games in the genre that blew up so early on, that it's been hard for companies like this to make a new RTS and survive and branch out and be somewhat unique to what we already have kind of attached to.
I do like that they're kind of emphasizing accessibility because I think it is pretty intimidating for new players. That's why a lot of people don't want to, you know, are kind of
They
turned
seem to
off
have a
by
good strategy.
RTS. It's just so overwhelming to look at.
It's awesome. I'm one of the people who haven't played RTS because, like, I don't want to go against Sweaty Joe, who's been playing this his entire life. I have no.
You live.
Yeah, I don't have any clue how to do it.
I live for micro, macro movements,
This is
bro.
cool. And then you can have the sweaty experience if you want, or you can have the experience where you just sit at home
Jake said
and
hi.
have a beer.
I did when he said that.
Natty
I was like,
Light.
"That's my guy."
Exactly.
This game was made for.
But I do want to really support him, and you know, when it comes to cracking through whatever the current, you know, the current stereotype in that genre is, they're trying to innovate. They're trying to do things differently. And one last thing, they are very, very community focused. So, like a lot of the devs we've spoken to, they love their community. They found their diehards, and it really has shaped the project. And so I hope we see it in the near future.
Next up, we have what I'm calling kind of a Western section. We have some new footage from the game X Killer. That's going to be Paradark Studio. There is Far, Far West
I'm
from
sorry.
Evil Raptor.
About to end it?
Erosion
Yeah,
from
because
Plot
I
Twist.
wasn't expecting this showcase to be 3 hours and 30 minutes. I thought it was gonna be a quick hour and a half, but nah. I'm not gonna be able to stream this whole thing. But I appreciate everybody who pulled up. Appreciate Stu Jersey and Soul Tech.
And those who y'all watching after the stream, those of y'all watching after the stream, appreciate y'all for watching. You feel me?
Encourages exploration, rewards.
Hold on, this whole look kind of live though. I ain't gonna lie.
Never holds your hand.
You play as
I'm
Denzel
definitely still gonna
Phoenix.
finish the showcase
executive.
afterwards.
Yeah,
We gonna talk about it on Saturday,
Hunter.
but I just can't
Executors hunt
finish
down
streaming it right now.
fugitives and reclaim souls
it's
from
too
those
long.
who
Too
try
much.
to escape the system.
But all right,
All right,
everybody,
y'all.
peace out.
One of the
Enjoy the
biggest
rest of the
y'all
day.
maps
We'll
is
see
the
y'all
Tower,
on
a
Saturday for
massive
Project
fortress city
Untitled.
ruled by the
You already
Hellion
know what it
Corporation.
is. And then Dual
This
Wield
is where you accept contracts,
should be
upgrade your gear,
premiering in like
and
30
perform
minutes. So
missions.
there's
Job
that
well
as well.
done, contract fulfilled.
Yes,
The
sir.
game
Yes,
is
sir.
structured in chapters,
All right, y'all.
and almost
Peace.
everyone